Jack, what's back there?
There's a whole line of Studebakers.
What is this stuff on them right here?
That's just pine straw. Like I say, my granddaddy had the Buick and Pontiac place opened in the 30s. You know, he wanted a truck. They didn't have no truck, Buick and Pontiac, so he got him Studebaker dealership. Get the trucks mainly.
Oh yeah, this one will do some damage to all that brush.
What kind of weed eater is that?
It's a steel with a saw blade head instead of string. Then we got a chainsaw.
I thought all this stuff wasn't going to be green. Do we wait too late?
Well, it's just started out in the last week or so, turning green, so we knew if we didn't get it now, we wouldn't.
When did you put them back there?
Sir?
When did you put them back
Oh,
there?
Lord, geez. Some of them would have been.
When's the last time you saw these cars, buddy?
Some of them was the first one's probably 40 years ago. I bought them 3 trucks out of a junkyard in Fayetteville. The first 3, and I used to drive that blue one all the time.
What year is it?
61. I just rebuilt the motor in that, and I parked it. Look at that. Hallelujah. That's like Christmas thing. Found a Jeep.
Jonathan, what year is the Jeep?
I think it's 77, 78, I'm not sure.
I rode in it.
Jack rode in it. About the mid, 85, 86, 87. Is it a Cherokee or?
Cherokee Chief.
Cherokee Chief, okay.
78.
78, okay.
I rebuilt the motor in that before I parked it. Put new interior, new carpet.
Interior still looks good, even though the window's been down. Still got a cassette tape.
Yeah.
And see, it's got the Aztec.
Uh-huh.
We'll be able to tell more once we get it out of here with the rollback, but I'm excited we're here. We're touching it. Ain't nobody touched this thing in a long time. A lot of people are gonna say, why in the world, if you love these cars, would you let it sit there? But you know, life gets in the way sometimes, health and everything else, and I get it myself because I've been there the last 2.5 years. So I understand it, but if you haven't been there, you don't understand it. But you know, kids and everything else, he just didn't have time for them, but we're gonna get him where he can look at them and love on them again.
I don't know how long ago, but we were still living there. I was looking out the kitchen window, and there was a nice truck parked over here. And a guy was out here looking, he had a clipboard and a camera. I had never seen him before. I come out here and I said, what are you doing?
You got that tree with that thing? You got what did you put on there now?
Yeah. Same blade. It's a brush blade. You can do a lot of work with that.
Oh,
Just got to keep it swinging.
He said, how you doing? He introduced himself. He said, the town's hired me. I forgot his official position, but he was to clean up the town. And he come from Lumberton. But I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, these cars and stuff's got to go. I said, what do you mean? He said, we're going to put a new ordinance in town. You can't have no cars unless they're licensed and insured. I said, I got news for you. I said, they've been here for some, probably before you was born. He was a young boy. He said, it don't matter. And about 2 hours later, when them boys from town come here and said, did you say anything? I said, no. He said, he come in and resigned. I said, no, I didn't say nothing. But yeah, he quit. We ain't had another one since, so I don't know. And the funny thing is, my wife was a commissioner. And the first meeting they had to vote on something, somebody brought it up about the abandoned cars or something, you know. And she voted for it to get rid of them. And I was the only one that I knew at White Lake that had cars sitting there. I said, Tony, you know anybody else a car sitting anywhere that ain't? She says, well, no. I said, so you voted on me to get rid of my cars, and you're my wife. That's about the first thing she did. But anyway.
So that's the end of it?
That's the end of it. Of course, they growed up, can't nobody see them, I reckon. After a while, yeah.
Okay, I'm using a Mavic 3 Classic now. DJI Mavic 3 Classic. It's got a few more features than the smaller ones. The red is the obstacle avoidance. Let's see, there's so many trees here. So you can do this right here and then just go forward real slow to get a cinematic shot. And it just...
So I haven't seen a red, it's all green, so you're good.
Oh, these down here. Well, see, that's the red, there's yellow and red.
Oh, on the screen.
coming through the trees right there.
Amazing how the accident avoidance avoided not just the trees, but those twigs. I think we had as much fun operating that drone as seeing the cars from up high. I mean, I always like to look at them before they get cleaned off, and Chip has his commercial license, so no issues at all. I set my DJI Action 5 on slow motion for a cinematic effect. I pull the camera away fast to shorten the duration of the slow motion. Moving on to the Studebaker Hawk, here is slow motion, but I can also speed up that slow motion in post. Post means after, when you're editing the video.
When people first get drones, they see how high they can fly them, and you really can't get good shots, and you can really do some cinematic work if you have it low, and flying through the trees. It really makes it, a pretty shot.
It's the ultimate gimbal, huh?
Right, yes, it is.
That's good. That is good. I could see that. Wow.
And that was a little fast, but.
If you stood down there and walked up beside, could you tell me what every car is?
Well, I don't know. It's been so long. That first one, that's the prettiest one they ever made, is a 53 Studebaker.
Yep, that Raymond Loewy design was highly acclaimed.
Yeah, that blue one there, Carolina blue one. That's a 53 Commander.
Truth be told, that Studebaker Commander, best looking American car. Beat the big three. Ford, Chevrolet, Chrysler, in the great year of 1953.
That's a 62 Hawk GT Gran Turismo. My daddy sold that to the man brand new. My granddaddy had the Buick Pontiac place, and he had sold Studebakers too. And he remember when I got to mess with him, we went out in the country and found that one. I bought that one from him.
The Gran Turismo Hawk, another stunning car from Studebaker. Does not look like 1962. Looks like a timeless classic.
That's a 60, I believe, lark. One of them larks, it might be. It's either that one or that one is a special lark. It's 4-speed, got the T10 transmission and positive traction, stuff like that. It's a little bit special.
Hey, I see Daytona on the rear quarters.
That's the one with the 4-speed in there. That's sort of a special one there. Had the TT, I think they called it, anyhow, twin traction and the 4-speed.
Studebaker would soon close their South Bend, Indiana assembly plant December 1963.
And them trucks, one's a 56, one's a 57, and one's a 59. Then that blue truck, that one I used to drive, is 61. I think that one with that different grills is 59. One time I had 6 Studebakers, licensed and insured, and you drive them wherever you wanted to.
Oh, the rollback's on the way?
Yeah. You got the keys to it anywhere?
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh yeah. We're gonna need them.
Well, I got the door open.
Yeah, the keys ain't in it.
So how could you get it out of here?
Well, we can drag it. It'd be a lot easier if I had it where it might think about rolling. Buddy, they should look like a GM key,
I think it's got Jeep on it.
It says Jeep, but it should be a square key like a Chevrolet. My name's Lionel Whitten, and I mess with old cars and dragging this stuff like this out of the woods. I do quite a bit of it, so it ain't my first rodeo.
We're gonna pull this blue one out, and then we'll work to get the Jeep out. One of those larks is a 4-speed. We're gonna pull it out, and then that'll give us some room to try to wiggle those other 2 Hawks out.
Still got some air in it.
And parked there how long?
20 or 30 years.
Sticker says 87.
Oh, wow.
So 38 years.
We got some more air in this tank too.
What do you got, a machete?
Look, it's a plant bed. I don't know if they're growing up from the bed floor or through the bed floor. Let's get some air back here.
Okay. Jerry, pass that over to him.
What'd you find?
I'm pretty sure I heard it.
What?
I thought I heard hissing, and it's the air hose. It's a manual, and it looks like it's in gear. Is it locked? If I can't get this door open, it's in gear. We might as well leave the tires flat on the back. Yeah.
What about the taking it out of neutral, clear neutral?
You want to see if you can open that door?
Okay. Maybe we want to get out here.
That's what I say. Let's get
When
it.
the critters run, maybe.
Think it'll come out?
I hope so.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't hook to the bed. It's pulling the bed off the truck.
You can look at the bed where it's tweaked it. Got to get in the bed. Find out what's holding the truck.
You hadn't heard it yet, probably, right?
We ain't helping it, but we ain't killed it. It's fixed.
Right.
Yeah, but Frank brought it. You see Frank?
You think we can get the cable back here and hook to the rear end?
What happened here, right between here?
Yeah. There's a ball goal. Basketball.
Huh?
That's a basketball goal.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's a firewood rack, maybe.
Right. That was the sign.
Sign.
There ain't nothing left of this bed. What you think about that, Jerry?
That's frame rail.
Yeah, I could probably break it just doing that. It's rusted bad.
So, are you still gonna pull it out?
We're gonna pull it. It's probably gonna split the truck in half, but we're gonna pull it.
Okay.
Did you get your part?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna give him his tailgate here.
How will you get this?
That ain't bad. I mean, all this is perfect. All the way, you know, on them corners. Oh yeah. There wasn't a thing wrong with the bed or nothing. Like say when I parked.
Since I know it ain't hung on nothing, it's the frame that's what's the problem. We need to hook it from bumper to bumper together.
Hook the bumpers together?
Yeah. To hold it together.
to it?
Just use a tie strap.
Yeah.
I bet the light, hold on.
We're gonna try to straighten it on the bed by turning the truck this way.
Anyway, I don't know. I just like them.
What are your plans for them? So you said you can park them on the 80 acres, or are you going to park them in the building, or what?
Well, I'm gonna park. I'll just put them out in the field to start with, and then I'll clean them up a little bit and I'll put them in the.
I think those pickups are pretty collectible now.
Oh yeah, yeah. And like I say, I don't know what kind of shape it's in now, but I just rebuilt the motor. It probably got 100 miles on it. I drove it everywhere. If I had to go to anywhere, and just parked it. You know, I got something else and just parked it. Yeah, I like them all. I like them old ones. I like them all.
You see that GM sign in there?
Yeah. That's really cool. And that was from the dealership his grandpa had.
Well, that means something to him.
Oh yeah, Strickland Motor Company. I mean, that makes it extra special, you know, if it was your family's sign. There's no telling what's, you know, stored in these cars.
Be nice to get one of those hawks out of there.
It would. I'm scared though. I'm a little nervous on them. We're gonna try maybe come back with a tractor. We're gonna pull out this Lark with the 4-speed, see what it looks like, and then we'd love to get those two out today, but I think we need to bring a tractor in from the back and pull them back and then come out this way after we move this one.
And get them over there where it's easier on the rollback.
That one's against the tree over there. That one's on the tree here, and then the camper's in the way, so.
If it's a 60 or 61, which I think it is, it'll be a 289.
All right, let me put It's a DeWalt cordless 60-volt air compressor. I don't know how many tires I can pull up. I mean, because the battery won't completely charge. Last night when I filled the front tires up on my rollback because they were low. And then I filled up 4 tires on that Jeep a while ago. Normally I can do a couple vehicles with it before the battery's dead, at least. Or on one battery. Let's see what it does.
The ones that had them, the V8s were 250 now. They just bored them out. Make them 250.
Well, that's a very rare car then.
Yeah,
That's a
that
rare
Daytona is, yeah. It ain't many of them.
Gee.
With the 4-speed. And it'd be a nice car fixed up.
Yeah, you're going to pull it out. We'll see the 4-speed, right?
No,
The same thing that was in the Hawks and all that.
It's going to be what it's going to be with that. I'm
That
just
was
hoping I don't drag
got
a quarter down the tree.
I know.
Oh, this is like a Hawk in a Daytona body.
sort of.
Is this the only Daytona out here?
Yeah. What they had on that, this woman at White Oak, an old woman, had it. They lived at White Oak, and her husband was a mechanic at Potter Motor Company, the Pontiac place in Elizabethtown. And he drove director. And he worked there for years and years and years and years, and he always liked Studebakers. They sold Studebakers too. He liked Studebakers. But they moved to Arizona when they got old. And he had that car. He had a 55 Studebaker President that was beautiful, yellow with a green top. And 2 or 3 more, and some older cars. And they moved back here to their old house that they had before they left. And he had died. And a guy come in the store, says, "Ain't you got some Studebakers?" I said, he said, "You know where I can get some parts?" I said, "What you got?" He said, "I got an old lark." I said, "Where'd you get a lark?" I said, "I know where everyone is around here." He said, "No." He said, "I bought this from the fire department at White Oak." So I knew one of them boys on there, and I talked to him. He said, "This woman, they were having a fundraiser auction. She give them that lark." And I said, "What you have to give for it?" He said, $50. I said, "You want to double your money?" He wanted some seats and some windows, different things. And I said, "I'll tell you what to do." I said, "How about just let me buy you lark and you won't have to worry about it?" And that's what he said. I said, "I'll double your money." He said, "Give me the $100. I'll give him $100.
It'd really be cool to see that GM sign.
Yeah, they come off the shop.
Those are pretty valuable.
Oh, yeah.
You want to pull that out?
I don't know if we can.
And there it is on that front seat.
And an older man that used to sell Studebakers for my granddaddy from Dunn come up here and he had a Fiat over it. And they was just sitting here in the lineup like the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or the shifter's stuck. I can't get it in and out of gear or anything. It won't even move.
He said, "Boy, if I had that thing," he said, "I'd polish that thing up and drive it." I said, "I'll tell you what, dude." I said, "Just pull it out and you can take it home." And then I said, "Anything you spend on it, you just keep a record up and I'll pay you." And so he went and got it. Come and got it.
Yeah, it broke the bolt off. The bolt that I was using off of my chain. It broke a grade 8 bolt.
Kept it for years. And then I don't know what. He told me he could sell it several times. Had a bunch of people. We took it to car shows. We went to Black Mountain with it at the Studebaker show, 3-state Studebaker show. Anyway, I said, "No, we ain't gonna sell it." And I had the title, but now I paid for license and insurance on it. He just drove it. And then he died, and I went over there and they said, "Oh, he sold that to us." He told me one time, said some offered him $4,000 or $5,000 or 6 or something. I don't know. And his son said, "Oh, he sold that years ago." I said, "How'd he sell it? I got the title." He said, "I don't know." So, and plus, I paid him for all the work stuff he done, all the material stuff he bought. Anyway.
Does someone have gloves?
Oh,
All right.
that was one of the signs that was on the pole.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it's double-sided. Did that one hang out in front?
It might have went on her arm.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
That's a beautiful sign.
I told him I got another one out in the country here. It's 6 foot, I think. I got that one built. Rocky had.
I think the car was originally silver because you can see where they painted over the silver. Yeah, I mean, that's what's up under. Because they painted the bronze right over the VIN tag.
Shit, before I got them in.
Read some of this.
Should have put it in the barn. And I built 2 sheds and bought 1 building. Bigger than that building.
Just full of shit, no cars or nothing in there.
Well, I won't call it shit, I call it treasures. There's all kinds of treasures.
It's art.
Yes, to be, if you're finished.
Are you finished, Jerry?
Yeah.
Here's just,
Could you hold that
What?
while I take a V8 picture?
Right, just get rid of this and hold this like that, yes.
Thank you.
Made in USA.
And so we got 3 out today.
There you go. We did 3 down, and I say the lark there's I think a 62. The Studebaker truck's a 61, and the Cherokee, the Jeep, is a 78. And we ain't got about half a dozen more to go.
I love it. I'm addicted to it. It's some people call it a bad habit, but you know, I enjoy it.
More enjoyment awaits.
If you come out here past this time of the year, you had to go get a blood transfusion.
Why?
Because the mosquitoes will suck all the blood out of it. Do what? What happened?
So we got an air ride seat, ain't no floor.
No floor?
There's a heart on the steering wheel and there's a heart in the back glass.
Somebody was a hippie.